hopefully that's going to be working. I'm just getting the chat in here. I'm behind and in front of myself. What can I tell you? Oh, get in there, you sausage head. There we go. I'll be with you in a tick. Talk amongst yourselves. There we go. That one can go there because I don't need it. That's all good. And that's the one I want. Now I can just move this about. Put that up there. Okay, I'm ready. So, g'day John, mate, long time no chat. G'day Steve, g'day Roy, g'day Max. No, Bob's up in the house, mate. It's raining and he doesn't like it. Morning, James. All right, that's it. All right, g'day, I'm Steve. Hey, welcome to Woodworking Masterclass. And today I'm actually, drum roll please, working on the music stands. You can thank Mr. Ray Herring for that, giving me a hard time, and Jeff when he comes on. I had one of those nights. You ever had one of those nights where you can't sleep because you've got so many things going on in your mind? You go, oh, I'm excited, I want to try that, or how would that work? And then you do all the process. I had one of those nights. Oh, about 3 o'clock I think I went to sleep and I woke up tired. But I thought, no, I'll go down and do a stream. Then I'm going back to have a sleep. So welcome one and all. All right, hang on, I've just got to put my glue pot on. Been a while. Oh no, that's going to be a bit stinky poo, that one. Remember the last time the glue pot went off? All right, I will put some water in this and then I'll heat it up and drain it and we'll get some new stuff. But we've got enough to keep us going in the meantime, which is all good. That was a bit stupid, wasn't it? I just put cold water in there. Ice water. There we go. That's it. I don't know if the stove still remembers how to work. All right. So first things, I'll show you what I've been up to. I can't do the blender bench. No, it's not a project that's been shelved. What has happened, we've had torrential rain for since I spoke to you. And therefore, I haven't been able to spray it. So if I can't spray it, I can't go any further. But as soon as I get it sprayed, we can start putting that together. As I mentioned in the blurb, I had some ideas. I want to try out to do some, what I believe will be unique turned boxes. Oh, hello, Bob. Bob has the right. Max, he must have heard you. He's just come in. Where are you? You're going to give big tail wag? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Side view, close up. There we go. There you go. Bob has entered the building and is looking for food. Do you want a drink of water, mate? Hang on. Oh, I'll just get the young fellow a drink of water. And then we'll be back on track. This spoiled dog is the only dog I know that won't drink anything unless it comes out of the water cooler. Spoiled brat, you are. You really are. Wait a minute. If you just come on, I'm just getting the dog some water. There you go. I didn't get it because I wasn't sure if you were going to come down or not, and I don't want to spill it all over. Oh, crikey, I nearly did. I nearly fell from together. There you go. There you go. There you go, you spoiled pup. Oh, good on you. No, that's it. No, I've got no other container. That's going to have to do you. You can't win them all, can you? Try and do the right thing by the dog. That's all right. Doesn't matter. Oh, hang on, I'll shut the door. There you go. And what was I saying? Oh, doing some unique boxes. So I'm going to start to do that one first. Then the music stands. The ever-present... Oh, just move this stuff out of the way. I would love to go back to where I do scripted streams. Oh, wouldn't it take the fun out of it? What are you doing now? Do you want to go out again? No, you can just sit down for a bit. Ah, dear, dear. John said, hello, Bob. He just doesn't care. Michael, how are you, mate? Evening from America, morning from Australia. Ah, Roy says, hi, you're a star. He doesn't care, he's going to go and lie down. G'day, Ray. Mate, it's all happening. Here you go, look, for you non-believers. You non-believers. Look at this. Look, are you impressed? You should be, it's taken long enough. Okay, these are two of them. And then this is part of the desk for this one. And I'm going to build the desk for this one, which is going to be slightly different. And then along with, I believe it when I say, you just keep watching this base. It's all going to be happening. And then I had this brilliant idea, again, as I said, 3 o'clock in the flipping morning, about making another one, which I'm going to do, which is going to be super, super suave. So these are just, I don't know, I suppose they're all right, but they're not as tricky as the one I thought up at 2:30, 3 o'clock this morning. Ah, dear. Oh, no, oh, I even thought about the bonbon table. I've worked out something with that too. But unfortunately, I got carried away and I've already done some work I wish I hadn't have done on it. But it doesn't matter, we'll get that finished. And what are you going to rib me about in the future? Mark, I am sure, hang on, that was James. I am sure, without a shadow of a doubt, you people will come up with something to give me grief over. Now, I need that. Oh, I found this other thing too. I'm going to play with it. It involves a router. I won't play with it today because I haven't got the right router bit. But I will show it to you later on. And I really like this. This is something I thought, I don't need a keyboard, go away. Something I thought when I get into, is it that one? There you go. When I get into doing, what do you call that stuff? Epoxy work. I think something like that, inlaid with copper or brass, at the either at the bottom of a bowl, which I think would look stunning, or as a box lid. So I'll show you how I make that with the router when I get the right router bit. I was up at the big box warehouse the other day, yesterday, bought a heap more drainage and stormwater pipe and what have you, and that was on the list to buy. Before I go any further, I'm just going to ask, how many people out there write lists of things they have to do and then forget to take their list with them? Yeah, that's what happened yesterday. I had this list of all these things to buy and that was on the list. And then when I got up there, I realised I didn't have my list. So I just bought what I thought was a fair thing. Still managed to spend a couple of $100. All right. Now these screws here, I know they came out of something important, but I can't remember what. So I've got to put them somewhere so I don't lose them. Because as soon as I lose them, then I remember what I wanted them for. Oh, and I've just dropped one. There we go. Put those in there. Oh! We'll be doing that. Oh. I'd do some mortise and tenons too. I was going to do them by hand, and then I thought, no, I'll use the router. It evokes far more emotion from the stream. Well, that's another design that I played with. Whoops, where are you? There. And where was the other one I saw? No, I must have put that one away. But yeah, I got all excited when I found that. I thought, ooh, that's going to be good. Oh dear, finally. Yeah, good to have you back. Yes, Mark, it is. It is. Was that for G'ing me up, Jeff? But first of all, what I want to do, before I get into the stream, the music stand, actually, could I do that? No, I think I'll do this first, because then I can have that drying as I go on to the next thing. Isn't that marvellous? I'm looking for a compass and I can't find one, but why do I need a compass when I've got my sewing revolution? I'll use that. Oh, that'll work just as good, if not better. Oh, and that's the other thing I'm doing. I told Theo I was moving on with this. He didn't seem to want to believe me either. Excuse my back, I'm just looking for something that I can't find. Wait a minute. Ooh. You're right, mate, stay there. You're a good boy, despite what people say about you. That might do the job very well. What I'm going to do is slice this piece of coachwood up, because I had this thought that it'll look really cool if I can do what I want to do. And I'm going to put, got a fire alarm going off, but I haven't got one here. Must be in my mind. I'm just going to find the centre of this. Which is that one? Is that one? There you go. You can't quite see it, so I'll just spin it around. I'm just going to find the centre of this. I'm hoping it's square. The thing I do love, and I know I've said it before, I hated wood turning, but I love it now, it's so much fun, is you can just use all your scrap up. And I don't have any scrap. When I was making musical instruments, you'd keep all your scrap because, you know, little bits of ivory wood or ebony you'd use for knots or keys or something like that. Okay, I'm going to get that out of there, I reckon. Okay. Oh, I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. That's good enough. So I've just drawn a circle there, and I want to divide it up into sections, equal sections. So if I go 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I could get 7 out of that. All right. 1. Okay, so I'm going to set that at 10 mil. Oh, hang on. Let's see if I've got the veneers wide enough. If not, I'll use a different veneer. but I was thinking, oh, yes. Why not? I mean, blow the expense, I'll use ebony. I'm feeling good. So I'm going to set the bandsaw up and then cut these into 10 mil wide strips, then veneer in between those and then glue it back up. Why am I looking at myself there? I should be looking at you. Then gluing it back up, then rotating at 90 degrees, exactly the same thing. So then I've got a checkerboard here. Now in my mind, I think if I turn that and then dome the top to make a little dome top box out of it, in my mind, it will have stripes all the way around, and on the top, it will have a pattern square pattern. So we'll go and do that. And we'll see how we go. Oh dear. Okay, where are we going to? So always forget the list or forget I have the list in my... Oh, don't you feel like a dill when you do that? Can't find your list when you get home, it's in your pocket. And you've missed half the things on it. Oh dear. How's the rain your way? I'm finally stopped in Bundy. Oh yeah, Mark, it's not raining now, but been torrential, which has been good because I've been able to see how all my drains and runoffs and bunded areas that I've built work. And I've just got another 3 metre guttering strip to put across the driveway because we're in a bit of a slope and it's a long driveway. And I was going to put it there, and then I thought, no, I'll wait until the big rain comes, and we haven't had a big rain, so hopefully we'll get another one today. Bought a jackhammer the other day from Bunnings. Oh, couldn't knock it back. $198. So, never had one before. That's it. I'm going to put clotheslines in and drainage in and knock bits of concrete out, and I should video that. That'll be more fun than the router, I reckon. Anyway, so yeah, no rain, it's not too bad. Well, it rained during the night, but not much. Morning, Jared. How are you? I am well. Yeah, Max, I can identify with that. Don't put them on the workbench or you'll never... Yeah, actually, I generally put it in the office in front of the computer screen. And yeah, never find them again. Oh dear. G'day, Stephen. How are ya? Shopping list. What's the shopping list? I just wing. Yeah, but you're not married. You're not married, Ray. I'm telling you. If your wife sends you down the shops for... This is generally my scenario. Can you go and buy me some hot dogs, 2 lettuces and a litre of milk? I'll get down there, bring the milk back and a bar of chocolate. Chocolate's good, because if I forget everything else, she's happy with chocolate. Steve, you are hearing things. Are you going crazy? Yeah, I'm hearing things. I'm going crazy too. It's called a sewing revolution. I'll use it to its full extent, as I have many times, but I'll give you a plug. I've forgotten the girl's name. I can see her. Anyway, her and a friend developed it. They owned a sewing shop on the Gold Coast. And Anne, that's it. Anne Duncan. And this particular one, let's go here. This particular one, you can divide multiples of 3 and 2. So if you want to divide something up into 21 or 15 or 12 or 8 or 6, this is what you use. And then there's another one that I've got, which I'm using up in the other shed, which you can divide into multiples of 5 and 7. Great bits of gear, very, very good. Thanks for that, Ray. I should ring Anne up. I haven't spoken to her for ages. Dennis, how are you? Dennis, you're 58, still can't make it to class. Mate, have no worry. Presumably I'm the teacher and I can never make it on time, so don't feel bad about that. No, I'm not. I'm the convener. There you go. I'm the convener. Because I learn far more by you people out there than when I'm just in here by myself. Hi, Wally Boss. How is Wally? Hang on. Wally's the dog, if I'm right. All the way from France. Hi, thank you for that. And the levelers, oh, they're definitely international today. I like that. Thank you, Star. Yeah, my wife's idea of an app is pencil and paper. No, Susie. If you ever run out of bread, just give me a ring, I'll send you a loaf. We have a freezer full of bread, and I hate it because it's frozen, and then it gets defrosted, and it's all soggy. And when you cook toast with defrosted bread, it doesn't taste right. But that's it. So I sneak out and buy a loaf for myself. Oh dear. Oh yeah, Bob, some chocolate macadamia nuts. Oh, excuse me. That's not true, Jeff. I merely sucked the chocolate off them. I think you can get it online, Stephen. I will check that. You go on Sewing Revolution, that link that Ray graciously put up, and that should take you to them. Tell him you were talking to Steve. They wouldn't know who I was. Oh dear. Yeah, that's true, Max, and that's the next level. It's one thing writing a list and forgetting it. It's another thing going to the shops and wondering why you're even there. Oh, I've done that. Hey, Chad, all good. Oh, I haven't done it. No, wait a minute. I'm getting up. Wait a minute. I'll do it now. Wally Boyce wants me to slacken off my compass plane. But you know what's going to happen now. Look, happy? All right. The way it was before, it was, oh no, it was frowning. I should do it the other way. That way it'll be smiling. There you go. All right? Happy? Can I go back to work now? Oh, dear. Oh. Now, I'll look at that and I won't remember what sort of plane it is. When it had a curve on it, I remembered. Oh. All right. Let's go over to the bandsaw. I'm just going to slice this up and we'll see how we go. Oh, look at that. Isn't that nice? He's such a happy little dog. Get out the way, mutt. I'm coming through. Oh, dear. Now I'm going to set this up. What did I say? 10 mil. Let's see how accurate the... Oh, this isn't close enough. 10 mils close enough. Oh, that's going to be a bit... No, that'll look pretty specko. It's pretty spesh. Pretty spesh. This is tough wood, so I don't know if we're going to get any wander on it. I'll tell you what I will do before I go any further. If I can find a pencil. I'll do that. That way I'll get the right pieces in order. And for your listening comfort, I haven't put the dust extractor on. So for your listening pleasure. There we go. You ever seen the water coming out of the back of this stuff? And this is dry, for all intents and purposes. But, where are you? You have a look at the moisture line come up here when we get to the end. So you think timber's dry. A little bit of a wander there I didn't want. You watch just here, a dark line will appear. See that? That's moisture coming out of the timber. And yet if I put a moisture meter over that, it would come up that it was pretty good. So I might just put a set of fingers on this. And that is why timber moves, because of that moisture in there. These feather fingers are good. I'll just show you what they do. They actually put pressure, lateral pressure on the timber, so you don't get a wander like I just got then. Oh, well, we might go around this side. And then you preload the fingers, tighten that down, and it keeps it nicely up against the fence. A little bit of a wobble because I wasn't watching. Just move it in, preload it again, and off with the next cut. What I will do next time is I'll have this big fence up that way because I haven't got enough support there at the moment and I'm finding it's tilting over. But you get that in a big job, they tell me. Okay. Lucky last. All right. Now I'm not going to sand those or anything like that. I'm just going to glue veneer onto them. And I would like to use hide glue, but I don't know if it's dry enough yet or wet enough. Or, no. Just got to wait until that. Yeah. It's starting to melt. Bob's going to enjoy it. I'll just mix up another batch so I can have fresh stuff. And for those that haven't seen me do that, I shall show you how I mix hide glue. Container. This is, I did use, excuse me, some liquid hide glue the other day, and I haven't worked with it, but one thing I did find, as opposed to, it's quick, you don't have to heat a pot up or that, but it remains sticky for about 12 hours. And yes, it was humid, but this stuff goes off in, you know, a matter of minutes. So I guess it does have application. I don't think it's going to be one of my favourite glues, but there you have it. All right, so now we've just got to line up these pencil marks. So I've got them in order. And that's the reason I put it on, so see those are out, and yet they came out stacked. So that's why I put the pencil mark down there, if anyone's wondering. Boom, boom, boom. So hopefully, means this, there you go. Right, so when I've done that, now I know they're in sequence. Just a little trick. Oh, let me turn my phone off. Go away. Don't need you. So I might not be able to glue that. Oh, the hide glue, that's what I was going to show. See, it didn't have a list. So this is pearl glue, or hide glue, and that's how it comes in a granule form. And I just fill up any size container. Just I buy these at a wholesaler, 100 at a time. They're great little container. I use them for a lot of things. Water. And then all you do now is just tip water in there and till it comes up to the top like that. You don't have to do this bit, but I find it just guarantees the water touches all the granules. And we'll put that to one side, and in about 15 or 20 minutes, when that glue is done and I can throw it away, we'll put it in there and make some new stuff. Actually, I did have another glue pot. What do I do with that? It might be up in the other shed. Oh no, hang on, here it is. Look at that. I've got another one here. Puh. Where's my air hose? Stinky poo. No, I'll clean that one out later. We got enough to keep us going. Okay, so that's one project of part done. which we can do a little bit later. Remind me if I forget. Now, what I want to do with, let me put this up. Oh. And that can go over there. It can go there. Now this one here, as you can tell, it's square. And it's been a while, it's got a bit of dust in it. This will go into there, like so. These little corner bits, I just thought they were nice, so I put those. I was playing on the lathe, and I thought, wouldn't it look nice if I had some extra little doodads there? So all I did with these was turn them and then cut them in half. So just a bit of experimentation. Doesn't have to have a reason for anything. I've got to clean these corners up, and I want to put veneer in the back. And the reason I want to put veneer in the back, and it's the same reason I put these on, to be honest, and this is an open channel, we're honest. I didn't like the way the miters came to that. Whether or not it's because it's been sitting in the racks for so long, but see how those miters have opened up there and there. So by putting those on, it covered that up and it looks nice. So what I'm going to do on the back here is just put some veneer, bit of ambonia, I think, which will look nice. I'll just fill that full of bog. And that's all we need. Oh, and that doesn't matter what colour because you're not going to see it. Oh, and on Wednesday, I'm going up to Theo's, and he's got my CNC machine. He might as well have it, but I never got into it, and he loves playing with it. So I'm going to take these up, and he's going to CNC, hang on, there we go. There you go, a triple clef in there. And then I'm going to epoxy that with brass, I think. No, copper, I think. I'm going to epoxy it with copper. So it's going to have a copper inlaid triple clef, which would look pretty specco. Might do the same to his, which I'm going to make in a minute. And then the one I want to make, which I think is going to be pretty special, is, where did I put my tape? There we go. Is ebony and jarrah, which is black and dark red. And I'm going to put brass in there. We'll do a triple clef in that with brass. But the other thing I want to do is put some random white lines all through it. So if you can imagine it, it's beautiful dark red and black going upwards, because I'll laminate it, and then I'm just going to have white squiggles going all the way through it. That should be cool. Now, for those of you that use bog, and we all do from time to time, there's that one. I'm starting to get good at this. When it comes to putting in grain filler or timber putty or whatever it is you want to call it, a lot of people, and I used to be one of them, let's see if I can go all cams. There you go. Oh, we're on the ball today, look at that. Awesome. Now let me catch up and chat first. Oh dear. No, pretty sure that's moisture. Jeff, sorry to say, but fairly sure that's moisture. Tried my hand at making crab ragu the first time and just found it turned out. Oh, well, that's good. Oh, well, you could send some over here. That sounds nice. Have you ever used customer... as in wood glue? Is that what you're talking about? That's, I think, not wood glue, milk glue. I think that's milk glue, isn't it? I've got some powder I'm going to be making soon to make milk paint. That's, now what's that? That's powdered milk and garden lime. And the colouring they use just blew my mind. You can use natural spices, so if you want red you use chilli, if you want a yellow you can use cumin or saffron. You know, it's just amazing what you can do. Oh, James, well, congratulations, and sorry to see you leave. You can catch it later on anyway. So thanks for dropping in. All the best. All right. Now, this here, what a lot of people do, and I used to do it too. Now, just for the exercise, I'll use a bit closer to it. Oh, we'll use this. Is just wherever it's got to go in, people just used to, we'll do two ways. We'll do the average normal way, and then I'll show you what I consider a better way. Okay, so we filled that gap there. Now the other way, we'll do it on this nasty one that's opened up. Bit of masking tape. Just either side of what has to be filled. Now normally if this was a job that I wasn't going to cover up, I would use melted wax instead of grain putty. But here we go. Now you can be just as messy as you were with this one over here. It doesn't matter. Just shove it in. And build it up if you want, because it shrinks back. Oh. All right. So there's that one that you got to clean up, and there's this one. But look what happens when you take the tape off. Isn't that cleaner? Far less sanding as well. Which I like that idea of far less sanding. Yeah, the other desk for the music stand, which I'm going to move on to pretty soon, I want a scalloped edge on it, not a square edge like this. And seeing at Theo's, I thought I'll experiment, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't matter, because he'll still love me. Oh dear. Are you watching, Theo? I know he's babysitting his grandson today, but sometimes he gets his grandson off to sleep, then he sneaks a bit of a peek, and then when I think I've got away with something, he says, oh, listen, the other day when you said so-and-so. All right. And one more over this side. There you go. Yeah, it costs a little bit in masking tape, which really isn't all that expensive, but it just refines your work, and clean up is so much easier Okay. Oh, I don't know about you, but I think that's a much nicer way of get out of there, putting bog in rather than just throwing it in willy-nilly. The other thing it does do, which if you've got a reasonably open grain timber and you throw it in willy-nilly, it will go into the grain next to it, and it doesn't matter how much you sand it out, it's still going to be in there unless you sand it right out, and then you're going to have a dip in the timber, which, excuse me, is a little bit unsightly. Okay, by a scalloped top, urea formaldehyde. Yeah, I used to use Sally's one called 308, and it was water, powder, and a chemical liquid. And there was another one called Resourcenal, which was a 2-part, but I haven't used them for years. Where's a piece of paper? My preferred is hide glue, and as I've said several times, I quite enjoy using the Type Bond Original. This is going to take a while. Just ungoop all that. So it's been in there for a couple of months, I think. So by a scalloped edge, I'll have to excuse my drawing. That one I've done there is just that shape, pretty bog standard. But what I want to do with this one and hopefully get straighter than my drawing is. Oh, you idiot. How can I make it? I can't even draw it. There we go. Is that shape. And yesterday I had 3 attempts at doing it, and do you think I could get it worked out? No. And about 2 o'clock this morning I thought, you idiot, I know what I was doing wrong. Oh, I had a new cutting mat too. What did I do with that? Oh, damn, I'd have used this one. I was up at Susie's sewing room and I saw this cutting mat. I thought, oh, can I have that? She said, yeah. She's a good woman. You watching, darling? You're a good woman. Is that worth snivelling points? Okay. So, what we've got to do, this one here, the straight 90 degrees, they're easy. They're 45-degree cuts and they go together. But if you're going to have a bisected corner, and I don't know if that's the correct terminology, but it's what I call it, you're going to have to bisect the angle as well, and that's what I wasn't doing. So instead of having 45 degrees, oh dear, I've got to have 22.5 degrees. I don't know, I've got that too. Look at that. These are great, these Nobex things. So, got to work what size I'm going to need. and then we can work it out from there. And because they're going to have a bow in the bottom, did I still keep that piece of paper or did I throw it away? Okay. Because they're having a bow in the bottom there, I'm going to have to make the timber wider than the rest of it. And that's cool because I've done that. I've got wider bits here. So, first of all, I've got to figure out, I think I'll cut these bits first. And then from that, I can work out how much I need to take off. Those of you that have been watching me for a while know this is normal confusion. Those new to it, this is seat of your pants stuff. We just make it as we go. Hang on, I'm just going to dock this square because I've got a crack in it. And I will be back. Although, no, I might leave that way. Okay. So now I've got to cut this at 22.5 degrees, which will go over to the saw and do that. And I've got to work out how big I want that to be. Let me get this. I tell you what, when you try and work this stuff out in your head, it doesn't work. So I've got straight line, and that's there. Then that bit is there, and that's there. Bear with me. Okay, so that's 45. All right. Okay, no, we're right, we're good. We are good. Just got to cut this one at 45. Not 45, 22.5. Let's cut these at 22.5, then we can play with angles. That's what I reckon. Where are we up to? Oh, I've shot to the top of the list. That's better. Is that a Brummy twang in your... I don't know. Brummy. I don't know. Well, what's a Brummy twang? Thang. Brummy thing. I don't know. Here, wing it. It's fun. Not fun if everyone's playing. Yeah, well, it's my life, Steve. I tell you. Hang on, I'll just go over. I'll take you over and we'll have a play with this and see what happens. Come over to the other saw. Okay. Now, 22.5. There we go. Let's see. I'm going to turn the extractor on for this. All right. Hey, by the way, too, that sanding thing that I made the other day, it is in use and it is on the wall of the wood turning shed. And gee, I'm pleased I made it. It's just so convenient. Okay. All right, now coming down here for that one. We do that there. I can't remember what size it was. Wait a minute. It was about 410 by 320 or something around, isn't it? 450 by 300. Okay. 450 by 300. Let me. That's that one, that's that one. Is that it truly? I thought I did have different ones for that. No, we'll keep that. Okay, well, that's all right, we'll use this. Now, how big a curve do you want? I'll just cut one here. It's good. I mean, I know I talk a bit when we do a stream, but it really is good because it makes you realise just how long something does take to make. You know, you sort of, oh yeah, knock that together in an afternoon. No, well, you won't. I'm liking that a lot. Oh, I've got a... It's a little trick for you too. If you're using a roll of tape like this to get your arcs, don't use any of the tape because it's going to be totally different. All right, well, I'm thinking yep, that's looking good. So, where's a big square? Oh, where did my other square go? Hang on. Oh dear, here we go. there. And that goes there. I'm just talking to myself at the moment. It's all right. I've been told it's the only way you have an intelligent conversation sometimes. All right. So I'm going to cut 2 at this size. Hopefully, that's going to do the job. If not, it doesn't matter. We got more timber. Now I'm cutting on the outside of that line because I'm going to lose 3 mil otherwise. Okay. So that can go there like that, which is beautiful. That can go there like that, which is also beautiful. See how nice it's looking? And now I can work out where to do the other cuts because I've got that part laid out. What did I say, 450? Or nearly 18 inches. I mean, it's not rocket science, near enough, good enough. Okay, so now I can cut that one. And we want it to go on from there that way. What, Bob? Do you want to go out? Come on. Let's go. Come on. He can only put up with me in short bursts. All right, I'll go and cut that bit. Which one? That one. And if I'm a little bit out, it doesn't matter. That's going to be close, I reckon. So that goes there, which means this one goes here. And we've got to work out, what did I say, 300. It's going to go there. All right, so I'm going to cut another 21 on this, which doesn't matter, and then we'll dock this off here. Hey, we're getting some work done today, aren't we? Goodness gracious. Well, I think we are. Let me just check this glue. Ooh. Oh, it's disgusting. I'm just going to have to empty this outside. I've got a tap outside the shed now. I got really industrious and put a tap so I don't have to run to the water tanks all the time. Much better idea. Wait a minute, I'll just throw this outside and put some clean water in it. Might be a tick. Oh, Bob, no, go away. Thought you'd be into it. Ooh, it's dead stuff. I like dead stuff. Oh, I'm still here. I'm just cleaning this. Oh, it's disgusting. And Bob's eating it. Oh. Yuck. He's looking at me as if to say, what are you throwing that good stuff out for? That's protein in there. Yeah. Okay. I'll just fill that up with water one more time. We can empty it. Then we can put that new batch of glue in. And I can go back to veneering those things. So that before I put that in there, so that all the water's been absorbed into the glue and it's not going to come out. And then when I boil the next lot of water up, I just put that in. It's just rubbery, jelly-like. I put that in and the heat breaks it down even more and I've got good glue. Okay, so where do we go? Did I cut that other one? I can't remember. Did I, or didn't I? Oh, somebody tell me, did I or didn't I? No, all right, I'll go and cut this one. Don't care. All right. Whenever you're doing this, so just get those dags off that are left from the saw, because if not, you get inaccurate fittings. And you see how we've now brought that back into a square. What I'll do in a moment is cut a external curve or a convex curve there. Then I'll glue it up, clamp it, and then when it's dry, I can then cut the concave corner in here. But we've got a few things to do before that happens. All right. Okay, I'll cut these two to length. I don't know if I'll cut them to length or... Yeah, no, I'll cut them to length. This is where an accurate drop saw is really, really nice to have. All right. Now I've got to measure the internal. Down the bottom, which I shall use a ruler for. It's going to be easier. They're the same width as that, it just looks wider. That's because it is wider. Oh, what did I do wrong there? I don't know. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. I tell you what, I prefer to have it too big than too small. Oh, there you go. I said 4.5. Yeah, go back to the shopping list. I said 4.5 and I cut it at 5.4. So that's all right. So I've got to take 90 mil off of that. That's all right. We'll just knock 90 mil off of this one. Which way is that cutting? And we'll be good. Okay, let's try that. Flick the cameras over. There you go. Oh, that camera just doesn't seem sharp. I don't know why. Whoops. Oh, here we go. And again, it's not rocket science. If we're a little bit big or a little bit short, it doesn't matter. But if we're spot on, that's good too. That's looking better. That's looking much better. And it's the same size. Joy, 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 joy. What's that? Same size. Smidgen bigger. Look, I don't think it's going to... Oh, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. So now, what I said about getting the dags off, I've just got a little dag or something on. There you go. On that was stopping me from getting a nice tight join. Now we measure between here and here. I'll put the 100 on that. So that is 458. You can tell I'm concentrating, I'm quiet. It's 1, 2, 3, 350, 358. Write that down. Okay. Now what I want to do is actually put a mortise and tenon joint into there, so I can make that, if I go 10 mil in, that's 20 mil in it. 3, ah, 378. Okay. So I cut it at 380. That should do me. So I'm going to dock this at 380. And that'll give me near enough 10 mil on either side for a tenon. Hello, Bob. No one up at the house, mate. Geez, I wish you'd learn to shut doors. I really do. Would be so good. And I'm going to put a tenon on there with shoulders, so it's not a full width tenon. And the reason for that is then you don't get unsightly gaps. But before we do that, I've got to cut some tenons here and here, so this centre part can go in. I'll just clean that up. Boom, 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 boom. And for that, I've got to work out where the centre of both of these are. Oh, it's just, it's fun, you know, with my grandson. He, who I know I'm boring you stupid, we homeschool. Hang on, what's that? I've got to think. 90, 190, okay. Who were homeschooling, and a lot of the times he can't see the sense in geometry or maths or English or whatever, and quite frankly, there's a lot of stuff I can't see the sense in either, which is ridiculous. But it's great when it comes to maths and geometry, and when we're working out things together, like I'm doing now, Yeah, you require mathematics, you require geometry to work stuff out. Now the reason I'm not going to go for the full width tenon is if you make a mistake and you go too far putting your tenon in, then it's a bit ugly. There's your tenon and your mortise pokes out on the side and it looks horrible. There are ways you can get around it. You can put a little web in there or make a feature out of it, whatever. But if you have it so the tenons are not the full width of the timber, so they're only, I don't even see that size, it's great because if you do overshoot when you're doing your mortises, it doesn't matter because you've got it covered. So I've got that one, and I'm going to draw this one in half. So that's 135, 137 and a half. It's going to be there. I suppose the way to check it is if I had some dividers, I think all those are up in the top shed. I can see I'm going to have to buy some more compasses because I use them a lot up in the top shed. All right, well what we'll do, just to see if I didn't get centre, we'll use this. There's always a way. Okay, that's right on the far side of the line. That's on the far side of the line, so that's good enough for me. And I think I might go. I know I've been ignoring you. That's what happens when I get all thingied. So if I go 25 mil there, okay, I go 25 mil each side of the line, which means I can put that at 100. Come back 25, go forward. $25, that's 10. Okay. Line that centre line up. Draw those across. Now we're going to have to go to the router. The dreaded router. Let me catch up first. Lucas, oh, hello, I'm well. Oh, Birmingham accent. No, mate, that's just Australian. That's Australian. If I had a couple of beers, I could do a Birmingham one, I suppose. No, it's purely Australian. And I came from the south of England, which we talk a little bit different down there. David, hello. I've had some people insist that wood filler can cause paint to blister. It hasn't happened to me, but can occur if it isn't properly cured. Yeah, and the other thing you can get problems with that, David, is if you use an oil-based wood filler and you put acrylic over the top. Then the oil won't adhere to, the acrylic won't adhere to the oil, and you've got a bit of problems. But honestly, I've never had any dramas. I use this stuff, which I think is absolutely great. No, I don't get paid for it, but it's great stuff. Where we go? There you go. Called Timbermate. The thing I like about it, I've had some stuff, and I kid you not, 30 years old, and it's gone dry and hard and you put water with it and you can still use it. So great stuff. I only buy the small amounts because I don't use very much of it, but I did run a huge factory once, and we used to go through kilo buckets of it in a day. It was great stuff. Oh, Lucas, g'day, mate. Well, it's been a long time since I've been here too, and it's lovely to be back. John, make sure you don't blow the old glue all over. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not doing that again. That was gross, wasn't it? Oh, that stunk. Okay, I think I'm going to be safe enough. I'll throw this pot out and then we'll put the new stuff in. And then before we finish up, we can veneer up those little bits. Ah, that's hot. Oh! And, yes, John, I just spilled some over my fingers. But it was just boiling water. Oh, are you still in here? I thought you'd gone out. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just get that. Oh, you're lucky this isn't a smelly stream. Poor. Let's get that last little bit out. There we go. Yuck. There we go. Done. Dunsky. Okay, so I'll put this new lot of glue in. You can watch me do that, which, if you're interested. This is, as I said, the gelatine type stuff. You just work it around and you poke a pencil in it, if you like, and it just comes out as a blob of jelly, which I'm not going to touch with my hands because it's sticky. Plop. Okay, so there it is in there. Then just get some water. It doesn't matter how much. If the glue's too thin, just leave it on the heat for a bit and it'll evaporate and it'll get up to the right consistency. If it's too thick, whack more water in it. And that is preparing hide glue. And in about 15 minutes, it'll be ready for us to use, which is exciting. Whoops. Now, where are we up to? Tenons. That's what I was going to do. No, mortises. On the router. Oh, I can hear it from here. All right, let's go over to the router. I'm game if you are. Other way, mate. Whoops. Okie dokie. And I've been using the bob and sander, so I'll just take the air off there. And we'll put it over onto this one, which would be good. If I can get it over there. There we go. just got to mark out where we're going to set the router up. What do you want, Bob? Come on then, let's go. I'm looking for my verniers. Where are my verniers? Wait a minute, I've got some out here, I'll grab them. Oh, it's muggy out there. There you go. Now, I'm not sure what size this tip is, so let me put that there for a tick. Okay. Well, according to that, it's not going to work. Okay. Just putting these marks here so I can see the width of the cut, and I can centralise it. Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's been a while since I've turned this on. Alright, that's going to be pretty close. So if you can get as close as you can, saves you a lot of heartache. But I'll show you how to even it out anyway. Alright, I think that might do. Clamp that down. And we want it to start God, that's tight. Wanted to start there. So we'll bring this up, and I want it to finish there. And we'll bring this up. If you have it so it stops a little bit before you want it to, that's okay too, because you can always widen it with a chisel. Now, because I'm going into this very thin bit of timber, I'm not going to take big hits. Oh, there we go. That's going to create an issue, isn't it? I'm going to take it in very small increments. As you can tell, it's a little bit fiddly. There we go, that's better. I think that's going to do it. Let's try. Now, to make sure I've got that in the middle, I'll turn it around and do the other side. Turn it around. And that way, these shoulders on the side are the same. I've got to go a little bit deeper. I'm only doing a little bit at a time. It's not a good practice to go against it like that. So I'm going, that's the right way. That is the wrong way, but because I'm between two centres and up against the wall and taking a very small cut, it's all right, but I don't recommend you do it. A little bit more. About a quarter of a turn. And one more, I think. Another one. Yep, that's good enough. And we'll do the same for this one. Set up my in feed and out feeds. Whoops, it's got the out feed. Dodo! And in feed. There we go. Drop it down. You know, the temptation, and I was tempted to use it at that height, but the amount of force that goes on that is every chance that it break, and that, believe me, is not fun when they fly off. I don't know what I'm doing, about 23,000 RPM, I think. Going, turn it around. It guarantees you're getting a centre slot. Quarter of a turn. Quarter of turn, going on. A little bit more, that'll do it. That's it. Look at that, no mishaps. I like it when that happens. All right. I'm with you, Randy. Designed by the fly, and then you'll end up with something you can use. But it's much better than what you would have thought of originally. Morning, Brian. G'day, Louise. Still raining up there? Does it look like it's going to rain? Oh, yeah, I thought we got away with that, Max, but no, slip it into me. Yeah, we are. We're finishing these music stands that we started a while ago. I'm sure Ray could tell you how far, but we're starting to put them together. And I'm making another. That's one desk for the music stand, and it's going to be like that. And this one is slightly different. Instead of being square, it's going to have scalloped edges. And also I started the process of making a turn box, which I hope is going to be delightful. And that's where we're up to. What have we got here? I wasn't heavily sanding, Jeff. I was finessing. That's a Theo word. I was finessing. Well, thank you for that. Where was the? I got a thing out then and I missed it. Oh, that must have been before I got on the router. Oh, there you go. Chris Coxwell. Well, I tell you what, I don't mind being used in the same sentences as Paul. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Yeah, no, it's no fun if it's finished, because it's finished, you stop learning stuff. No, I had, for goodness sake, Bob, make your mind up. There's no food down here. That's what I should do. I'll get an electric motion sensor door opener and closer. What was I saying? Yeah, I did use, no, sorry, I lie. I tell untruths. I've never used a domino, nor do I ever want to. I used to use a biscuit joiner, but then when I actually got into the fine points of furniture making, don't like them. Anyway, that's a story for another time. Oh, Ray, you would have let me down if you hadn't said that. What are you starting to make today? I thought you... Oh, thank you, David. A serious comment. I appreciate that. Am I that far behind in the chat? Yaroslav, g'day. Lovely to have you back. Yeah, it has been a while since it's been used, but it still knew what to do. I'll tell him, Ray. I'll tell him the other day I went to use a hand router, which is sitting down there, and Ray said he couldn't handle it. He was going to have dinner because he couldn't eat when there was blood. Didn't happen. Morning, Benny. Benny, good morning. On rain today? Yeah, I hope it does, because I've got some drains I want to sort out. But what I'm going to do with these, because I can, I'm just going to square those corners up. You see how they're rounded? Well, I'm just going to drop a chisel in there and we'll clean that up. And for those that are new to the channel, if you're using wooden jaws, spray of water works absolute wonders in holding your job in place. As a matter of fact, with this, I won't. I'll use the tail vise. There you go. Oh, I haven't seen Terry for. Actually, no, that's not true. I had dinner with Terry just before Christmas. He and Trent from Harold and Saxon Chisel. We went and had a lovely lunch at one of the pubs near the way. Okay. Now, but I'm hoping to get into doing more woodworking stuff with Terry's stuff soon. What's that? I don't know, but it'll do what I want. There you go. Look at that. That's a bit of rosewood. What an amazing what you find. There you go. Oops. Perhaps the vise might be a better option. I don't know. We will see, we will see. Oh, now, where's my quarter-inch chisel? Oh, it's there. All right. That'll just fit in there. There's the knockometer. There is nothing wrong with leaving those corners round if you so desire. The only thing is you don't get as tight a fit because you're going to have an air gap there. Whereas if you get a nice crisp, oh, that could do with a sharpen, corner, get a much nicer fitting tenon. I know one of the jobs I'm going to do when I stop streaming is sharpen this 1/8 chisel up. I do have another 1/8 chisel, which is a Robert Sowerby, but it's up in the other shed, unfortunately. Yeah, it was a bit disheartening. I thought, oh, I'll have a look on eBay to see how much wooden music stands are going for. They're going for about $200. There was one there, I think, for 400. And then I was heartened because I went onto an antique site and they had them there for 5,000. That's a market I want. I'm going to be interested to see if there's any difference in these. Oh no. I just wondered if the older chisels were a different 1/4 inch to new chisels, but because a lot of the chisels now, they're not 1/4 inch, they're coming out as 6 mil. Okay, let's just square those holes off and we'll do the same to this. Now I'm not going to put this in here because if I do, it's going to crimp these corners over and I want them sharp. So for that, I will resort to here and I'll just give the glue a stir and see how that's going. That's travelling quite well. Nearly there. Might put a bit more water in there. The consistency of the glue when it's totally melted, you want it to be like good old-fashioned enamel paint. It's nice and solid, not dribbly and not thick and gluggy. All right, so we'll put this in here. And we'll clean this one up. So we do that, we can change that one, you see. Oh, isn't technology just the best stuff? Oh, talking to someone the other day, bless her heart, and I'm guessing he would have been in his 40s, this guy. And he was giving me an address and I was buying something online that I will share with you when it comes, because I think it's absolutely awesome. We'll go there. No, we'll just go there. I think it's absolutely awesome, and it's one of those things just stupid to buy, but You know how easy it is to spend money online. It's not really money, is it? Well, that's what they tell us. Anyway, I rang up and this guy said his shop was on the Gold Coast. So I said, oh, whereabouts? And he told me. I said, oh, I used to have a woodworking school near there many years ago. And when he gave me the address, I said, oh, hang on, I haven't got a pencil. He said, yeah, I was telling my kids the other day, in my day, our phones hung up on the wall and there was always a pad and a pencil hanging off the phone. I said, yeah. I said, in my day, we walked down the street and put a penny into a slot and pressed button A when they answered. So I guess he wasn't as old as me. Can you remember that? And you used to put, and then they went up to sixpence, went from a penny to sixpence. And you used to get matchboxes and stick them under the button B chute. And then when people wanted their money back, they'd press button B and their money wouldn't come out because it'd be in the ashtray, in the matchbox. And then you go back and you pull the matchboxes out and you'd make a couple of bob. It's most likely against the law to do that now. Seems anything was fun is. Anyway, there you go. All right. There you go. Done. Now I've got to make the tenons to go into that. I've got to find the bit of timber I'm going to use. So I think this bit, possibly, or was, yeah. Okay. So again, find the centre. Easiest way to find the centre of anything. There's so many easy ways, but this is, I reckon, the easiest. Get a ruler, doesn't matter if it's a metric ruler or a feet and inches jobby, and then just twist it. Where are we? So get the corner here and then twist the ruler until you get something you can divide by 2. So in this case it's 4. See how 4 is, see how 4 is there? And then you just mark at the 2 point and that's going to be your dead centre. If you don't believe me, we'll do it twice. Put that there, swing that around there, so that's on 4. Put a mark at the 2-inch mark, that's the centre, and to double check you can swing it around till the 6 is there. What's half a 6? 3. Then you put a mark where the 3 is, and both of those marks should be in the same spot, which they are. And the same thing holds. What sort of pencil's that? 2B. Doesn't work. Oh, it's got glue over the lead. Yeah, well, that'll explain a lot. So is this one. Oh, for goodness sake. I'll just go resharpen these. Oh, no, here's one. This hasn't got it. Needs resharpening too. Oh dear. I think my Boston pencil sharpener might be coming to the end of its day, I don't know. Bought another one the other day, one of those wall-mounted old school type, and it just hasn't got the same feel as the original one. Let me turn this back on. There you go. All right. So that's the middle. This is setting up the tenon to go into the mortise we just made. That's what I want. So measure this, and whatever it is. 2 inches is close enough. So we go 1 inch each side of that line. Oh, 25 mil I said, wasn't it? And that's just a little bit different to 1 inch. Only a little bit. Carry those ones across. When you're using one of these to mark something, a lot of people, what they do is they put the square up to the mark and then use a pencil. That sometimes works, but if your pencil's been dulled because you've been using it, it'll move the line. So if you actually put your pencil on the line and then slide the square up to it, that's going to give you a much more accurate mark. Double check those. And that's pretty darn good. Check the depth. Eight mil. So we'll cut this at 7 mil. That way we've got a little bit underneath. Well, you can go 7.5 if you want, doesn't matter. And then mark it right across. And work out how much you've got to take off. What you actually have to take off, of course, is this thickness here. I'll grab another one of these. Oh, how's the glue coming? Let me have a look. Glue is good. I'll just finish this. Oh, I might even put a little bit more water in there. Oh, all right. Where are we up to? Where's my mouth? I couldn't afford brass washers in those days. No, it doesn't, Stephen. It doesn't. Glue does not work well. Yeah, Brian, I'm using Coachwood at the moment. And tell you what I'll do. I'll just digress for a second and I'll show you how that hide glue works. If I can find my block of stuff. Here it is. Now I'm not going to, see, we can do anything. I'm going to get back and do that tenon in a minute. But this glue, I'm not going to glue all this up in one go. And the reason for that is you don't get good alignment. I've tried it. I've glued a lot of things up and then pressed them, and then I found out they're marginally out. So I'm just going to glue one piece at a time. So I'll show you and we'll do one piece at a time. Okay. Where's my little rubber mat gone? Here we go. Yeah, and then I'll never use that too. Oh, it's a long way down. It's a long way. So this is Veneering 101. And I'm going to use, this is broken, but it really doesn't matter for what I'm using it for. It's going to work just fine. So I'll cut that about there. A bit of 400 would be nice. Where's some 400? Here we go. No, that's 1,000. Doesn't matter. Just to keep a keen edge on the... This is just a little Stanley knife. That you can't buy anymore, but there are a couple of knives around that use this same blade. And I'm just going to cut this off here. Be very careful when you're cutting. Which one are we on? Let's go that one. This isn't so crucial, but when we get back into... I'll tell you what, I'll be pleased when these music stands are finished, they're in my way. I'll get into do more marquetry and what have you. When you're cutting this edge here, if you cut quickly, you break that edge out, whereas what I like to do is just stroke this edge here until I'm through. You see that jump up there? That way I know I'm through there, and then I'll cut the rest. Okay, there you go. Now I realise that's split, but for what I'm going to use this for, it doesn't really matter. So I'll make sure I've got the right one and the right one, which I do. They're lined up. And, oh dear, little veneer hammer. Here comes the glue pot. Put it on here so we don't make a huge mess. I always double glue. So I put glue on the substrate and also glue on the veneer. Now this is going to get sandwiched, that's why I'm not too worried about it. And it just sits there like that. And with the veneer hammer, you just press it down. And what you will notice is it's still curling up a bit. To stop that on a big veneering job, what you then do is you put a coat of glue over the veneer. That equalises the moisture content, and then you just run your veneer hammer. It's a bit hard with this bit because it's ripped, but you run your veneer hammer over there, and the veneer just sits down like that. But I'm going to sandwich this so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to get as close to everything happening the same as possible. Which way does that go? That's there. Glass that didn't keep falling off, it'd be good. Okay, so that's got to go there. All right. So I put glue on this bit. So I haven't bothered cleaning up the saw cuts or anything. That gives me a lot more adhesion because it creates voids, which then act as little vacuum chambers. I'll put that on there. And square it up. What I will do is I think I'm just going to cut one of these edges off so I've got a line to go to. There we go. That paper I'm using too, by the way, is just ordinary baking paper so the glue doesn't stick to it. And the reason I did that is now I can line up put it the right way, Henry. Line up the edges. And if I was being really thorough, I would have cleaned off an edge there so I could line up the end as well, but this will do. Okay, so that's step one in a long process. Put that in the vise. And I don't know if you'll see me turn this one, but maybe you will. I put it in the vise and then pull it out almost immediately just to make sure that it hasn't slipped. Because in a vise, you actually have rotary action. When you tighten that handle up, it transfers some rotary force to the jaws and your job can twist a little bit, which I don't really want to twist in this. Oh, all right. So that's it. That's hide glue. And let's just make this tenon. I tell you what, we might even do this by hand. There you go. I was going to use a saw. No, I'll use a saw, it's quicker. Okay, so I've just got to continue that around. And what did I say this size was? What I want to do by the end of the stream is have this glued together. All right. Now, wrong one. There you go. Okay, we go over the table saw. And I will cut to the level of that cut all the way across, and then we'll knock these little corner bits out, and that should fit. And then we'll cut the other one to size, and that should fit, and then we're just about there. And he's hungry. which is nothing new. Did you get your problem sorted out with your saw, Jeff? Okay, so I'm just having this, so the top of the teeth are just kissing that mark, like that. And then I move this in, so the outside of the teeth are just touching there. And we should run a test piece, but I won't. I reckon that's pretty close. All right, let's see how close we got. Fits in there nicely. So now all I've got to do is cut off these bits here, which we can do. All right. Might just go back over. Now I might cut this to length first. That would be a good thing. Oh, geez, I'll get into a pickle, don't I? Oh, I'll stay on the floor, see if I care. I'll need that in a tick. I don't need that anymore because we've done that. Don't need that. Oh dear. All that. All those at the moment. there's a bench under there. Okay. All right. So that would have been that would be nicer. I'll be right when I get better. Here we go. Now, I want the measurement from there to there. 200 mil. 202 mil. Isn't it silly? If we see 200 mil, oh yeah, I can cut that. 202 mil, oh no, that's hard. It shouldn't be. Okay, so it's 202 plus 5, 6, 7, 8. 202 plus 14. 216. Okay, we'll cut this to 216. Which is there. Double check. Yep, that's it. Sorry if I haven't been chatty. But that's what happens when you have to concentrate. That's it. That's it. That's all good. We'll cut that. Okay, back to the saw. Cut that tenon exactly the same way as I did before, which is that one. Settings are already there, so we'll use them. And how much have we got to, whoops, we've got to take in? Okay, I'm just going to cut these on the saw because that angle that I've got there, or the measurement, if I knock these end bits off, everything's going to work out just fine. Just fine. Bum, ba, bum. Ah, that's what happens when you haven't got water in your vise. You don't want that happening with sharp chisels, believe me. Oh! I'll be in the chat room in a tick. Okay, I've just noticed I've got a little nick out of there too, which I'm going to have to repair. All right, but for the sake of the argument, how close are we? Pretty close. A little bit of pairing to go there. A little bit of pairing there. Got a little bit that's just come up, which is a nuisance. So I'll just super glue that down. So that being the case, I don't think we'll get it together today, but I could quite well get it together tomorrow. See that little bit that's just come up? Ah, it's stuck to my fingers. All right. Now I could, in fact I will. I'll use a shoulder plane on that. Wherever that chisel went, I'll find it later. So I just want a very, very, actually, shoulder plane, not a rebate plane. Here we go. Very fine shaving off of that one. And off the other side. You haven't got those, have you? You can't see. Wait a minute. There you go. Okay. This is a shoulder plane. I'm just taking the finest of cuts off there. And that's good. And just same with this side. Okay. Now, this should all fit. That one there, that one there. It's not a bad fit. We go there, 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 and there. So what I've got to do now is exactly the same as what I did here, only on these end pieces. So I'll put 2 mortises, now I won't do it on stream, 2 mortises, 2 tenons, and then I will glue all that up. And on Wednesday, I'll go over to Theo's and get the triple clef put in there. But I might do a stream tomorrow. Geez whiz, I've been going for 3 hours. I'm absolutely tired now. Hey, let me catch up on chat. Let me catch up on chat. Oh. See, it's funny when I'm quiet, all you people are quiet. How much working time do you have with hide glue? Quite a long time, actually. It's and if it starts to go off, just spray it with water. That increases your work time. And if you know you're going to do a job that's going to take a long time, just make it a bit more wetter than you would if you wanted a quick job. So it's great stuff to use. I love it. The water causes the wood to swell and grip better. Oh, that's it. Aaron, g'day, mate. Wish I had space. Oh, yeah, no, job sites. Oh, even my docking saw is a brush motor and it's nice and quiet. Well, there you go, Aaron. I'm unique. I'm unique. Or perhaps it's one of those secret handshake jobs you're not meant to tell people. But it works well. Oh, all right, Brian, hang on, I'll find it. You've got, I told, honestly, I can't, oh, there it is. Gee, where's that bounced? So that's a good thing I've got rubber mats down and then I've got carpet on top of the rubber mats. And that honestly saves so many jobs. The best thing is, the best thing is, Aaron, you just do the best you can with what you got. I started out, honestly, in a little shed that would not have been, I doubt if it would have been 2.5 metres, what's that? It wouldn't have been 10 foot by maybe 15 foot, 18 foot. And no window, it had window holes but no windows. And I had a jigsaw, a Black & Decker Workmate was my bench. I bought a hand sander, a belt sander, and I used to tip it upside down and put it in the Workmate, and that was my sanding linisher. And I had a router that I put into an old table I got from the dump, and an orbital sander. And I don't know if I made more money then, but I made a lot of jobs just with those few tools. So yeah, it's not the brand of the tool or the amount that you have, it's the person using it and the ideas you're creating. There you go, that's a deep one, isn't it? Deep and meaningful. Look, so I'm sorry I didn't get that all done, but we have made a start. I'll show you. This is how easy it is to get these things off here. And just a little adjunct, another one if you're using blocks. It's one of my favourites. I always, with a sanding block, always cut the thickness of whatever plywood I've got. That's about 19mm, 18mm ply, so I cut 18mm off the sanding block and glued that on. I've got other ones floating around with less. But the reason for that is if I want a dead flat sand, I use this. If I'm doing a round surface, I'll use the cork. And way you put this sandpaper on, a lot of people, I've seen them do it, and they just do that, and that's good enough. But then you've got this, that catches and rips, whereas the best way I've found to put it on, pressure on your thumb, pull it hard, stretch it over your job, just roll it with your thumb like that, and then there's no belly there. And then all we got to do is just you're tricky when you're doing a corner like this because you've got to keep your grain not getting the scratches. But that's it, as opposed to this one over here. There's a prime example. That's stuff that I don't need to sand, but because I built it up, I've got to clean all that out. Whereas these ones, they're just nicely into the corner like that. So there you go. Look, I'll tell you what, I made thousands of dollars on my Black & Decker workbench. I did. I honestly did. I'm in 10 by 12. Oh, you're in a 10 by 12. Well, that's pretty close. Well, it doesn't matter. At least you've got a place to work. These poor people living in apartments, not much bigger than that, and they can't. Yeah, no, you just work the best you can with what you've got. That's it. I don't know. I've been fortunate with this property we bought now. I've told the story many times, but it had car parking for, hang on, 15 cars. There was undercover parking for 15 cars. The guy that had it before me was a hot rod enthusiast and he used to do cars. I've got 3 cars, 4 cars now. Not one of them is under shelter, and I've built extra carport, but they're all sheds. And yeah, between my wife and I, we have filled them with our passions and our hobbies, which is good. And the cars get left out in the rain, which isn't good with the MX-5 when I leave the soft top down, because then I've got a boat. Anyway, that's it. Look, I thank you, and I'm sorry I didn't get that done. It takes longer than I thought, and I didn't talk as much as I normally do, but there you go. That's one of the things when I have to concentrate. But I was up till 3 o'clock this morning thinking about this, so I'm always vigilant about what I can do. Even though it's not scripted, it's not organised, we get stuff done. And as you found out, if you want to ask anything, I'll stop what I'm doing and we'll take a couple of sojourns off to the side and do other stuff. But honestly, I am dead on my feet, so I'm going to go and have a snooze. But thank you. I'll do a bit of a stream tomorrow. I can't guarantee it'll be a long one, but I will do a little bit of a stream tomorrow. And then Theo's on... I might take a camera over and film the CNC doing the triple clef in the music stands. But they're being done, Jeffrey and Raymond and Brian and whoever else gets on my case about them. So it's all good. But honestly, this is Steve pulling the shed door down and saying, remember to keep it sharp. And more importantly, keep it safe, look after yourself, be kind to each other. And I thank each and every one of you, the moderators and you people, my staunch followers, the people that haven't been here for a while, returned lookers, lurkers in the background, jump in, say good day, we don't bite. They're very hard anyway. And I look forward to seeing you all soon and having your company in the workshop, see, I've got a few of them to film from now, and at a workbench in the very near future. Till then, may your God bless you, look after yourself, and I look forward to having your company again. Good night, good afternoon, good morning. See ya.